it's Steph. Thanks for clicking. This is my 11th and final update for Projects and Panning, a Dungeons & Dragons Project Pan. This project was created by Ali of Wonder in Alleyland. It started last year on October 15th and is going to end next month on October 15th. And I'm really excited. We're getting to the thrilling conclusion. And it's thrilling because I made my own rule. I decided that I was going to tell a story as I randomized the prompts from the 5 different lists. You have a race, class, location, some kind of monster or something to encounter, and also a wondrous item. You pick one thing from each list to work on at a time for a total of 5 items. My adventure started with a Halfling Rogue named Elyas Reedgrove. He stayed at the tavern way too late, and when he got home in the early hours of the morning, he found it in shambles, and his wife was frantic because their daughter had been kidnapped by a dragon. She had been taken to the Forbidden Forest as tribute for the Dragon Queen Tiamat. Elyas took with him the Deck of Illusions to help and set off to rescue her. The Deck of Illusions proved very useful because when he found Tiamat, he was able to use it to distract her, and he snuck over to the hoard in order to find his daughter Orani. She wasn't alone. There was an Elven Bard named Loraphine Nightflower who was also captive with her, and before she escaped with the 2 halflings, she took with her the Bloodwell Vial from the hoard. She sensed a feeling of evil around it and decided that the evil queen should not be allowed to have that. They fled through the forest, but one of Tiamat's dragon guards saw them and chased them. Loraphine and Elyas fought the dragon while Orani found the opening to the abandoned mine and led them inside. Using the shelter of the abandoned mine, they were able to defeat the dragon. However, it compromised the integrity of the mine floor, and Loraphine fell through into the Tomb of the Lost. When Loraphine hit the ground, she was immediately attacked by a beholder who paralyzed her with its paralyzing eye ray. Fortunately for Loraphine, her cousin, a half-elf barbarian named Zelkilia, who usually goes by the name Kill, managed to locate her cousin after hearing that she hadn't shown up for her flute performance, and she caused a landslide which killed the beholder. Loraphine was able to throw off the paralysis and filled her cousin in on what had happened. They agreed that probably the best thing to do with this Bloodwell Vial would be to leave it in the Tomb of the Lost so it can stay lost. So Loraphine hid the vial while Kill looted the dungeon, of course. She found herself a new sword, not realizing that the sword was really a mimic in disguise, and also the Hat of Disguise. And she felt that she should take that too because she was quite famous as an adventurer and didn't always want the attention. Elyas and Orani found a safer route into the Tomb of the Lost, and the group was reunited. Kill managed to lead them eventually out of the Tomb of the Lost, and they found their way back to town. Orani was reunited with her mother, and Elyas got permission from his wife to take his new friends to the tavern to thank them, since their home was halfling-sized and also still a disaster from the dragon attack. They didn't get the relaxing meal that they hoped for because when they arrived at the tavern, there was quite a bit of chaos. There was a pair of owlbears rooting through the trash looking for something to eat. Kill drew her new sword to fight them off, but that of course is when it revealed itself as a mimic, stole the Hat of Disguise, and ran off. Someone from the crowd chased after it, but Kill was already drawing her axe to fight the owlbears. She saw in the trash pile that there was a pair of the Boots of Speed, and that would be very helpful on her adventures, so she was hoping to get to those. While still fighting the owlbears, the stranger returned with the Hat of Disguise and said that they needed to have a conversation about the Bloodwell Vial. Once the owlbears were defeated and Kill managed to get to her Boots of Speed, she tried to confront this stranger, who turned out to be a human warlock named Werner. However, there was again another disruption. From the trash pile emerged a gelatinous cube, and it immediately attacked the nearby Loraphine. Kill tried to rescue her cousin again, but found her hands stuck to the Boots of Speed by the sovereign glue, which would explain why they were thrown out in the first place. Elyas tries to help, but due to his small stature, he's not all that useful, and Werner refuses to help until they tell him where the Bloodwell Vial is. Elyas informs him that the only person who knows where it's hidden would be the one in the gelatinous cube, so Werner finally decides to lend a helping hand. He didn't have much initial success. He did manage to grab her leg and drag her and the gelatinous cube to a nearby comfy cabin, but it wasn't until a second heave that he was able to get her out of the cube. Before Loraphine could tell him where the Bloodwell Vial was, though, Asmodeus arrived. Asmodeus is a powerful evil entity and also the patron who gives Werner his power as a warlock. Kill managed to get her hands unstuck from the boots, and Werner didn't get the chance to explain to them that he had been trying to keep the Bloodwell Vial away from Asmodeus. He fears what Asmodeus is going to do with it and thought it would be best if it were hidden. Asmodeus attacked Werner and his new companions that he had just met, and they had no choice but to defend themselves against his wrath. Werner does in fact still have a way to defend himself against his patron. He has the Ring of Elemental Command, which gives him a way to fight Asmodeus without using Asmodeus's own gifted power against him. So we're going to check in on them and see how the fight's going. Werner is a human, and in this project, a human is an in-it-for-the-long-haul type of product, and I picked this Everyday Humans Resting Beach Face SPF 30 Sunscreen Serum. That mark is actually, I believe, from 2 months ago. I can't make a new one. I think it's been pulling out of the edges here. This is getting pretty skinny. But this is a decent sunscreen. It's not waterproof, but it does feel hydrating, and I do like it. There's still some down in there. I'm still having no problems pumping any product out. I have used this a lot over the last month, but I still don't have any measurable progress, which is a bit frustrating. But I'm going to keep using it. There's not really a hurry. This doesn't expire until February of next year. Werner is also a warlock, and a warlock, as we've touched on, is someone who has magical powers as a result of entering a pact. They get magic in exchange for their service to some sort of powerful being. So for this prompt, you are to enter a pact with someone else. And so I contacted Nikki Pearson, and we agreed to work on our Elf Poreless Putty primers. Mine's just a mini. I had a goal to use this 16 times. So far I've used it 7 times, so I still have 9 to go. I had 4 at the last update. I haven't been using this that much because I've been using a tinted primer as kind of a primer / foundation all in one. So I've kind of been skipping this step. Also, there was a period of time where I wasn't wearing makeup for 3 weeks because I was sick. And so not wearing makeup, my pores weren't really all that visible in the first place, so I didn't feel like I needed this for a while after that. But they're now larger again since I've been wearing makeup again, so I have been using this a bit more. We'll see if I can get 9 more uses by the finale next month. This showdown is happening at the Comfy Cabin, which seems a bit unlikely, but that's where it is. And the Comfy Cabin is a comfort product. This is the Elemis Pro Collagen Quartz Lift Mask. It's a face mask. I have a goal to use this 12 times. At the last update, I had 5 uses. I am now up to 8, so I have 4 to go. Pretty sure I can do that, so I'm optimistic about meeting my goal for the Comfy Cabin. Asmodeus is represented by a 9-pan palette, and I have this Beauty Bakery The Chosen Bun palette, which has 9 pans in it. As of today, I'm wearing it for the 10th time. I have a 16-use goal, so I'm feeling good about meeting this too. I am currently wearing icing, gourmet, dough, cinnamon, and brown sugar. So those are on my eyes right now. I think my favorite shade in this palette is Gourmet, which is a really neat cool tone shimmer. I think it's really pretty, and I'm going to keep using it another 6 times. I think I'll have this done by the finale. And Werner has the Ring of Elemental Command, which is represented by something relating to one of the 4 elements. And so representing water, I have this Fenty Beauty Baby What It Do. It's a setting spray. I have a goal of using this 10 times. So far I've only used it 4 times. So I have 6 uses to go on the setting spray for the Ring of Elemental Command. I think I can do that in a month. We have no rollouts this month, which means that Werner, the human warlock, is still fighting Asmodeus at the Comfy Cabin, aided by the Ring of Elemental Command. But being an evil villain, Asmodeus has a bit of monologuing to do. It's from Asmodeus that the rest of our heroes learn more about their new companion, Werner. It turns out that Werner had taken the Bloodwell Vial. Asmodeus had planned to have a sorcerer aid him in trying to control more magic. Magic is finite, and he felt that the best way to get more magic for himself would be to take it away from others. So there are certain creatures that are inherently magical. Using the Bloodwell Vial, the sorcerer would have been able to cause the extinction of some magical creatures, including dragons, which is why Werner had decided to take the Bloodwell Vial to Tiamat so that she could keep it safe. Even though she is reputed to be evil, she is the queen of dragons, and she does not want her dragons or herself to lose their lives. So she was protecting the Bloodwell Vial from Asmodeus so that she could save her own subjects. Loraphine had unwittingly taken it away from the safety of Tiamat's hoard and hidden it somewhere else. Asmodeus isn't aware of that. He's simply blaming Werner for the whole catastrophe. So next month we will have our epic conclusion to find out how many of those 5 items I will have met my goal on, and we'll find out if Asmodeus is in fact defeated. Until then, good luck with your panning projects, and I will see you next month. Bye.